We even appreciate you on our show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is here every Monday to Friday.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to Focal Online TV. Welcome to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media that runs from 10 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. Of course, we have varieties of news papers this morning. We have the Daily Observer newspaper, we have Front Page Africa, we have New Dawn and Hot Pepper. Moving forward, we have our international news, and our source for today is the BBC. So, of course, we're going to show you through some top headlines from Daily Observer newspaper. The first headline reads, Bouaka aims high with 2 batch of appointments. Bouaka aims high with his second batch of appointments. So, Bouaka government must build confidence, trust. This is from the Daily Observer newspaper. Julius Malema says Bouaka must deliver on campaign promises. These are the top headlines under the Daily Observer newspaper. And of course, we are jumping to the first headline that says, Bouaka aims high with second batch of appointments. President Joseph Joumon Bouaka has released his second batch of cabinet appointments, including 3 outstanding women pending Senate confirmation. These 7 include Sarah Baslow Yanti, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. J. Alexander Uted, Minister of Agriculture, Amin Modad, Minister of Commerce and Industry, Dr. Jaso Jala Sekwe, Minister of Education, Dr. Louis Boto, Minister of Health, and James Dobo Jala, Commissioner General, Liberia Revenue Authority, and Ibrahim Kumar, Director, Drug Enforcement Agency. So, of course, Minister of Education, Dr. Loris Boto, and it's so interesting this morning. This new list brings to 12 the number of appointees so far. Also, from their academic and professional achievements, the president appears to have very high expectation of his cabinet. Perhaps one of the most continuous names on the list is that of Sarah Baslow Yanti, whose academic credentials have been brought into question. Regardless, Yanti, a seasoned development expert, reached the pinnacle of her career when in 2021, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres appointed her as the United Nations Resident Coordinator in South Sudan, the world's newest country. There, she led the UN efforts in recovery and stabilization. She held this position equivalent to Assistant Secretary General until her retirement in 2023. Yanti is also a Baptist minister. So, in the paper this morning, Amin Moda tipped for the Minister of Commerce and Industry is a hotel and food processing entrepreneur. He is the CEO of Bele Casa Hotel and Suites, founded in 2005, as well as CEO of Atlantic Food Company, founded in 2015. He once served as a consultant at the Ministry of Commerce during the administration of President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. He is chairman emeritus of the ruling Unity Party and a member of the board of directors of the African Methodist Episcopal University, AMEU. Modat obtained his bachelor's degree in political science and Government from the University of Liberia and his master's degree in business administration and management from the University of Phoenix, Arizona, USA. Dr. Jaso Jalasekwe, Minister of Education designate, has a PhD in higher education leadership from Delaware State University, USA. She is currently Associate Vice President, Academic Affairs, student at Delaware State University. Prior to joining the faculty at Delaware State University, Dr. Segre served as Deputy Director General for Training and Manpower Development at the Liberia Institute for Public Administration, LIPA. She also served as an academic advisor and adjunct faculty at the University of Rhode Island. Dr. Louis Boto is President Boaka choice to take the helm of the Ministry of Health. Dr. Louis Boto is President Boaka choice to take the helm at the Ministry of Health. A respected medical doctor, fertility specialist, and public health expert, Dr. Louis Maple Boto has made an indelible impression on the nation's health sector with her steadfast devotion to expanding healthcare services. Dr. Boto's academic journey reflects her dedication to mastering various facts of medicines, holding a Doctor of Medicine from the A.M. Dougherty College of Medicine at the University of Liberia. She furthered her expertise by obtaining a Master of Medicine in Obstetrics and Gynecology from the University of Nairobi. She then pursued a PhD in tropical medicine from the University of Liverpool, making her a globally recognized authority in her field. Additionally, she earned a Master of Public Health from Tulane University School of Public Health, showcasing her holistic approach to healthcare. So I think these are the various appointments made by President President-elect and our now to be President Joseph Yuma Boaka. He made some appointment as it relates to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Sarah Beslow Yanti, J. Alexander Udia, Minister of Agriculture, Amin Modat, Minister of Commerce and Industry, Dr. Jaso Jala, Separate Minister of Education, Dr. Louis Boto, Minister of Health, James Double Jala, Commissioner General, Liberia Revenue Authority, and Abraham Kuman, Director, Drugs Enforcement Agency. So these were the appointments made by our President Joseph Yuma Boaka, on the fellow positions as follow. That is the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Commerce, and a lot more. So of course, LRA now has a new director, and his name is Jala. He served as the head Commissioner General for Liberia Revenue Authority, and his name is James Double Jala. So just so you know, this is the first top headline under the Daily Observer newspaper. Boaka government must build confidence and trust. The United States has made it clear that it won't invest in Liberia unless the country's government demonstrates responsible leadership and build confidence in the business environment. This was emphasized by Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, during a courtesy visit to President Joseph Yuma Boaka at his residence in Pinsville on Tuesday, January 23. Boaka was sworn into office on Monday, January 22, 2024, following his victory over former President George Weah in a tensely contested poll in November 2023. Americans are not going to invest in Liberia unless the people have confidence in their government, she said, adding, however, that she is very confident that President Boaka will provide that confidence to the United States. She emphasized the importance of people having confidence in their government for American investment to take place. While some may say that Liberia, while some may say and believe that the US has not done enough for Liberia, considering the close ties between the two countries and Liberia's abundant natural resources, President Bouazizi believes that corruption within the country has hindered process and progress. So this is how we transition to the New Dawn newspaper. Of course, we read the two top stories from Daily Observer newspaper as it relates to the second appointment made by President Joseph Yuma Boaka and the visit of Ambassador Thomas Greenfield. As she said, America won't invest in Liberia if Liberians don't have enough confidence in their government. So this is how we now proceed with the New Dawn newspaper. Kindly stay with me this morning. I have a lot of people watching. Jenkins so closely following Amara M. Donso, great platform. Amara M. Donso following closely. Thanks for joining us this morning. I appreciate your effort here. My name is Greg Finan Courage Parr, and I serve as your news presenter here on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. What's in the paper this morning? New Dawn newspaper says Total struggle over stigma following Tenga strategy. Speaker Kofa appoints committee members. CDC observers boycott recount in Nimba County. January 25th, 2024, Joel announces bid for 2029. Joel announces bid for 2029. What's in the paper? Former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor lets the cat out of the bag here early, announcing her bid for presidency in 2029. Wow. According to Mistress Taylor, she didn't go through all of the leadership experience he intends to turn around. In response to a question about her active engagement in political activities and if she could contest for the presidency while speaking to Closing Agreement, a live online talk show recently. Yes, I will contest 2029. Someone asked me a question. Why do you want to be president one day? And I said, do you think I have gone through all of this only to get to it and say I am turning around? This is a fraud in my character. When I am a trajectory, as you know, it takes a bulldozer to turn me around, she noted. The former first female vice president maintains that she believes she can still impact her country in many ways. She further indicated that because the Coalition for Democratic Change lost the election, she is now political leader of the National Patriotic Party, NPP, noting that the Senate barrier is given a year before standing up either as president or vice president. On the marriage with the CDC, Mrs. Taylor says she doesn't know if the NPP as a political party remains in the coalition because the agreement was to go in the presidential election and hoping that they could have won and remain together. Now, since it didn't, every political party will now go back in-house and ensure if they are staying on reforming. There were other new things, among which calls for the chairmanship of the party to rotate, among others, that they have to agree as to what to go on further. On Wednesday, January 24th, 2024, NPP controversial chairman attorney George Morba said they will field a candidate for the presidency in 2029. Morba said never again will the party lose its identity on the ballot, adding that they won all of the slots that were provided to NPP in the coalition, which shows that they have strength to win national elections. What's in the paper this morning? Joel Howard Taylor announces bid for 2029. So, of course, she is running for presidency come 2029, and is not sure that she'll be running on the Coalition for Democratic Change ticket. In so doing, there's a lot more. So, stick and stay with Foca Online TV while we bring to you this important information. Well-time resident decry hazardous condition. Wayne residents decry hazardous condition was in the paper this morning. Residents of the Wayne community in Pinsville, Monserrate County, have decried the hygienic and hazardous living condition they are facing in the area following a fire outbreak. According to the citizen, a massive fire outbreak at the only sanitary landfill site in Pinsville is posing a serious threat to their living conditions. The site is designated for garbage from various sites in Monterey County. On Wednesday, 24 January 2024, community members reported that the fire started at about 9 p.m. on Monday. They said the fire originated from the middle of the tear large densely packed garbage mound at the landfill site, causing a sleepless night for residents near the area. The residents further stated that the blaze unleashed a colossal amount of smoke throughout the community, prompting them to evacuate their homes in search of a safer place to rest. In response to finding an adequate resolution and solution to the embarrassing situation, the Liberia National Fire Service swiftly dispatched two fire service trucks and personnel equipped to combat the fire. This is what is in the paper this morning from the Wayne resident Pinsville community. Of course, we will now proceed with the Front Page Africa newspaper. Thanks for joining me this morning. We had a lot of people watching us. I appreciate your effort. Kindly do me a favor, follow Focal Online TV, share our live stream, and make use of our comment section whenever you are watching us. This is how I take a short break. When I get back, I fill you in on information relating to our country, Liberia. Please stay with us as I will be right back shortly with continuation of our news presentation from Front Page Africa.
Hello there, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Toba. My name is Greg Courage. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large.
Okay, welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. I am your news presenter here this morning, and my name is Gregfina College Park. So we now continue with our news reading from the front page African newspaper. What's inside the print this morning? We have Cogito J and B. If you think intimidation is the order of the day, you are sadly mistaken. Cogito Joseph Yuman Bouaka, president of Liberia. If you think intimidation is the order of the day, you are sadly mistaken. The outgoing Monrovia City Mayor and Secretary General of the Coalition for Democratic Change, Jefferson Tamakoji, has strongly issued an early warning to the Unity Party government, stating the party's readiness to assist any form of intimidation. It was an emotional and tearful moment when hundreds of the employees of the Monrovia City Corporation (MCC) gathered at the outside facility of the Monrovia City Hall to bid farewell to City Mayor Jefferson Tamakoji on Friday, January 19, 2024. Koji, without mentioning his words, firmly stated that the Unity Party government headed by President-elect Ambassador Joseph Yuman Bouaka and Vice President-elect Jeremiah Pankun will be sadly mistaken in their regime, will come to the public space with intimidation. If you come here and think it is the order of the day, you are sadly mistaken, my good friend, he emphasized. Koji told the huge gathering that the ruling and soon-to-be opposition party, the Coalition for Democratic Change, is fully prepared to stand tall more than ever before against forms of harassment and intimidation on the ordinary citizens by the UP administration. He stressed that the CDC has proven to have greater love for the country and its people than any political party, as evident by the concession speech delivered by President George Manneh Weah following the November 14, 2023 presidential runoff election and subsequent pronouncement of results by the National Election Commission. As such, Jefferson Koji maintained that the CDC will jealously support any policy initiated by the Unity Party administration in the interest of the citizens, adding that anything falls short of that, the party CDC will not succumb to the incoming government. Jefferson Koji message to Joseph Yuman Bouaka: if you think intimidation is order of the day, you are sadly mistaken. Former city mayor, outgoing city mayor of our beloved country Liberia, and general secretary or secretary general of the Coalition for Democratic Change have given a strong mandate that they will not succumb to anything of the Unity Party. Wow, that is so interesting. So of course we have one reported dead, another injured as Ministry of Foreign Affairs lift fails after power outage. This is interesting as well. One reported dead, another injured as Ministry of Foreign Affairs lift falls after power outage. What's inside the print this morning? This is from Front Page African newspaper. It says one reported dead, another injured as Ministry of Foreign Affairs lift fails after power outage. A tragic incident unfolded at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Sunday, January 21, resulting in one person losing their life and another sustaining severe injuries due to the power outage affecting the recently renovated lift. A reliable source within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has confirmed the details of the incident, attributing the unfortunate event to an electricity failure in the Liberian Foreign Ministry building in Monrovia. The victims have been identified as a male Ghanaian elevator technician named Abdoulaye Sagaria, who tragically lost his life, and a Liberian Moses Slomo who suffered a broken leg. The lift in question was part of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs' recent refurbishment project, overseen by Foreign Affairs Minister D. Maxwell Sakimia. The initiative aligns with the government's flagship program, the Pro Agenda for Prosperity and Development (PAPD), focusing on the expansion and modernization of government-owned buildings. Funding for the renovation and maintenance scheme from the government of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, covering repairs from the fifth floor to the basement. Additionally, the Kingdom of Morocco contributed funds for the renovation of the entire sixth floor. In its auditorium, the foyer facade, and the construction of a generator house, which will house a 500 kV generator donated by the government and people of Kingdom of Morocco. The completion of the project was marked by an official dedication ceremony on Wednesday, January 17, presided over by President Weah. During the dedication, Minister Kimia assured journalists that the refurbished lift was equipped to maintain electricity for up to 45 minutes during power outage, highlighting the safe measure implemented in the newly renovated building. This is how we close down on the front page Africa newspaper. What is in the print this morning? We have Hot Pepper newspaper. Hot Pepper newspaper has a lot to say about our prints on information relating to our country, Liberia. Faja concerned about prolonged leadership crisis at pool. Faja concerned about prolonged leadership crisis at the pool. So another headline reads investment in agriculture, human resource paramount to development. This is interesting from Hot Pepper newspaper. Fajad concerned about prolonged leadership crisis at PUL, PUL. The president of Faja, Lisa Tenen Desi, has emphasized that the prolonged leadership crisis within the Press Union of Liberia, PUL, has undermined the collective drive for the advancement of all journalists across the country. FAJA is an acronym for Female Journalists Association of Liberia, one of the large auxiliaries of the Press Union of Liberia, PUL. The red flag raised by Daisy comes amid the long-standing leadership fight between the union's two presidential candidates, Daniel Yakona and Julius Konumba, since the 2022 elective Congress of the Umbrella Institution for All Journalists in Liberia. Remarking a few minutes after she was sworn into office at the fifth inaugural ceremony of the association in Monrovia recently, Lisa Daisy emphasized that the success of the development agenda of FAJAL has an auxiliary of the pool depends on the union. According to her, the legal battle between the two members is not only strangulating the progress of all media practitioners of Liberia, but also the Female Journalists Association of Liberia, FAJA. Female Journalists Association of Liberia, FAJA. As I conclude, let me acknowledge the FAJA. The FAJA is an accelerator of Press Union of Liberia, and our developmental agenda needs the support of union. But the long leadership crisis within the union is undermining our collective drive to advance not only for women journalists, but all journalists across Liberia, Darcy noted. Lisa Tenen Darcy therefore reiterated her call for the two contending parties within the party to put away their personal disagreement and prioritize the interests of all members of the union. This is what is in the print this morning from Hot Pepper newspaper. Faja concerned about prolonged leadership crisis at pool. Faja concerned about prolonged leadership crisis at pool. What is in the paper this morning? Hot Pepper newspaper has a lot to say about what is in the paper this morning. Of course, these were the top stories from Hot Pepper newspaper and Front Page Africa newspaper, along with Daily Observer newspaper, and New Dawn newspaper. Thanks for joining us this morning. I appreciate your efforts here on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. If you are celebrating your birthday, whenever you are watching and following us, make use of our comment section so that we are able to do a shout out to you. We are able to notify you and say happy birthday, happy anniversary. This is just a shout out to the university student who will be working out of the UMU University come January 30. We say pre-congratulations to all of you. It's not what your university can do for you, but what you can do for your university. So be it. It's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. This is how we wrap things up on this Thursday morning of our beloved country, Liberia. We wish you a blessed and happy day. Put a smile on your face. Do away with the sorrow, because no matter how you cry, no matter how you weep, no matter how you gossip, you tear down yourself, the day will still go on, the years will still pass by. Be positive, do positive things, and keep your head up high as you focus on your goals. Bye bye. My name is Gregfina Courage Pie. I love you, and I appreciate you bringing yourself on this platform every Monday to Friday. Bye bye.
Hello, dear. My name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I